I started my cut more than 2 months ago, and it was for two reasons: to get myself into shape and also to push myself. So today we're gonna find out if I was successful in trying to get down to 15% body fats in less than 3 months, or if I failed. So before we get to results, I wanted to talk about a few things that I learned that I think is critically important to making better gains in the future and having a better performance in this cut in the future. So number one, consistency is harder than any workout I've done. It's very easy to push yourself in the gym. That kind of comes easy to me. But what's truly difficult is being able to do little things day in and day out for months. And to be honest with you guys, I was not perfect with this. I made a ton of mistakes, and while I had strong weeks of almost perfect dieting, I failed sometimes getting stuck late at work or something like that, where I missed a meal or I missed a certain set on my workouts because I was trying to move fast through it. There's millions of things that could have happened. This led to some skip meals or messing up my macros for the entire day. These mistakes, however little, would be frustrating, especially when you have an ambitious goal you're trying to reach. Number two was random injuries. After a while of cutting, I did start to pick up injuries. Like I had some shoulder pain, knee pain, and some in my quad where I just felt like I started picking up, pulls and things like that, or strains easier. This could be related to nutrition, or maybe I was going a little bit too hard in the gym. I have no idea, but 10 weeks of cutting, it kind of makes sense that it really led to, picking up some injuries. So that's why I think it's important to, stop the cut after a certain amount of weeks. Number three was every food looks incredible when you are on a cut. It was hard to keep eating the same thing day in and day out. I have done some cuts in the past, so I'm used to this to some extent, but still not fun. I really do believe in cheat meals. At least once a week. If you can push to 2 weeks before you have a cheat meal, like, more power to you. But for me, it's at least once a week. If you don't have cheat meals once in a while, I do feel like burnout is more likely, and then it will lead to maybe you're really consistent for 2 months. But then after those 2 months, when you go back to eating normally, I feel like you just tank. You go really the other way, and you're eating everything because you were so strict. At least that's for me. Some people are better at it, but that's why I had at least one cheat meal throughout my week. I shouldn't say at least one cheat meal. I would allow myself to have a cheat meal throughout the week to help with my progress. And I wasn't perfect with it either, so. And number four, and this one is probably the most important one, because it's really going to affect everything else and make everything better, is get help. I don't know everything, and it showed in this cut. I made mistakes in nutrition because I just wasn't fully sure on what I should do. Going forward, I will be looking into getting a coach for cuts like this so I can maximize, my performance. For the viewer watching, if you have a family member or friend, or you have the disposable income to be able to pay a coach, I would say that is huge. But if you don't have that disposable income, a family member or friend that you see that, they work out, they take care of themselves, they're healthy, ask them what they do. Put in it, you gotta learn, you gotta have that education. Ask them what they do. Ask if you can go and lift with them and learn from them, and then do what they say. Take the time to actually be consistent in working with them, and yeah. So here are the final results of this cut. All right, so I have them right here, I wrote them down. But so on 2/23, my body fat was 20.1%, and my skeletal muscle mass was 85.1 pounds. Skeletal muscle mass is the total amount of voluntary muscle that is in the body, voluntary muscles that are in the body. So just so you guys get a little bit of understanding on what skeletal muscle mass is, if you don't know. And then on 5/16, my body fat percentage was 16.5, and my skeletal muscle mass was 84.2. So that was a loss of 3.6% body fat in a little less than 3 months. I'm excited with this result overall. Obviously, I did not reach my goal, so I failed kind of my goal to get below 15% in a couple months, which is really hard to begin with without losing quite a bit of muscle. But I'm happy with this result. Losing, getting up there to 4% body fat in a couple months is on the right track. And this wouldn't have happened if I didn't just start and I didn't just do it. So, I really want people just get from this that, yeah, I may have failed my actual goal, but I still lost 3%, almost 4% body fat in less than 3 months. So, if I keep this trend up and I keep going, I keep working hard and I keep doing the right things, by the end of the year, I will probably be at my goal of getting to like a 12% body fat with still saving some of my muscle that I have, right? So I have a graph to kind of detail my journey a little bit, my body fat graph. As you can see on here, I started off at 20% body fat, as we all know, and then I went down to 16.5%. And as you can see, I have that decreasing curve there. At the end, you can see that curve start to go up just a little bit. That's because I kind of went into a little bit more maintenance mode towards the end. So that's probably why you're seeing that little bit of increase, but that will start dropping again once I get back on the cut again. And I get, coaching with it and just get a little bit more detailed with that. So that's the graph. I don't know if it's anything really super interesting, but you can see that, the drop was pretty consistent, and then it seems to have leveled off, and then I'll hit it again and we'll see how it goes. The second one is that skeletal muscle mass, and just seeing kind of what happened there. How much muscle did I actually lose? At first, it kind of went up sharply, which is really weird, but I think that's because I wasn't dieting perfectly at the beginning. I don't even know if I was dieting really at the beginning of my cut, which is kind of weird. I focused first on getting consistent with my lifting, and then I kicked in the diet. And as you could see, I mean, it is like a mountain right there. It's a sharp kind of decline there initially. Let me look at it here. Yeah, it's a sharp decline initially, and then it kind of levels off, and then it takes another dip down when I really started locking in on my program. I just couldn't maintain the muscle, but that's kind of it for that. I mean, I think these are both interesting graphs to kind of see, what happens, and hopefully these continue to trend down. Going forward, I will be updating you guys weekly on my progress with lifting. I will be doing some other types of videos as well that I'm very excited about. My purpose for showing you guys those videos from day 1 to day 43 is really to show you the work that it takes, and kind of the boring, repetitive nature, and to show you guys the mistakes that I made and kind of talk about them a little bit. And I hope you guys enjoyed those, for the people that actually sat there and watched all of that. But there'll be some different videos coming out now that'll be a little bit more exciting, a little bit more fun for you guys to view, I think. So stay tuned for those videos. And I'll thank you guys so much for watching. I went from 20.1% body fat to 16.5%, and we're gonna keep going. So stay with me, stay with my journey. I'm gonna be updating you guys hopefully weekly on my journey. So yeah. Thanks so much, y'all. Peace out. Start today. Don't start tomorrow. Don't start a week. Don't say, I'm going to wait till the weekend. No, start today. Do a little thing today. Just start. Just start now, right now. After watching this video, start your lifting journey. Whatever you want to do. Maybe you're way more in shape than me, and maybe you're jacked and you want to get in the bodybuilding competition, whatever it is, start today. Start today. Start right now.